Yo riders, Manuel here. Welcome back to another Route Recon. Today we are heading straight into the cobbled chaos of France for stage 5 of the Zwift Racing After Party. The route is Hell of the North, 19.8 kilometers long with 241 meters of elevation. It includes the brand new roads of the France map inspired by the legendary Paris-Roubaix. It's fast and brutal in the final. We are kicking off with the twisty Les Intestines, where steering can help your attack. From there, it's all about sprints, cobbles, and finally, the after party, the Petit KOM with 2.7 kilometers at 4% gradient. Your time to shine. Let's break down the segments, the tactics, and where this race might explode. Let's go. So we are here in the Les Intestines sections, lots of turns, changing uphill and downhill sections, and definitely a good place for early attacks if you want to go into the breakaway. And also, if you want to stay in the peloton, make sure to stay at the front to not miss any big attacks, any splits in the groups. So be focused here and be aware of probably some attacks, because this is probably not where you will win the race, but you might lose it here if you miss some groups and are affected by splits. So we are done here with this tricky section, and we are back on the countryside roads of France. Very beautiful. Love this road. And if I may tell you, I would love some connection, or if they would connect the France map with the Paris map. I think that would be really cool to have the Champs-Élysées also here. But yeah, let's get back to the Route Recon. We are here on this first couple sections. Just to let you know, your weight doesn't affect the outcome of riding on these cobblestones. Just you're going a bit slower at the same watts per kg compared to the tarmac. So be aware of that. And if you plan an attack, I think this segment here, the sprint segment, is also interesting for an attack because you also have lots of turns. You have this uphill sections, you have some downhill sections. You can use the momentum, you can build up speed. So this might also be a good time for an early attack with still 12.5 kilometers to go, if you feel strong and if you feel like the peloton is not moving fast enough. Also about the power ups for stage 5 of the Zwift Racing After Party, you will have the feather and the drafting. So use that smart. Especially the feather will be important for the final climb, of course. So if you can have that, probably keep it at the penultimate sprint segment. If you want to risk it and you want to wait for your power up of the final sprint segment, you might also be able to use the drafting in the final climb because there are some flatter sections and it's not too hard of a climb. So we're reaching the next cobblestone sections here with another sprint. So very interesting race. Again, I love this map. I love this new edition of roads. Makes this map just very much more interesting, and it has a lot to offer. And I also think this stage is great, and I'm very much looking forward to racing this. So now we are in the Tour de Arnberg, very famous section. I think they also did it great here for Zwift, and yeah, just love to ride this. So we are done with the cobble sections. We are getting closer to that final climb, 6 kilometers to go. It starts at 2.8 kilometers before the finish line. And just to remind you, it's at 4% gradient. I think max gradient is around 7%. And there are some like false flat sections with around 2 to 3% gradient. We are reaching the final sprint segment in a second. Let's see if I'm lucky to have the feather for the final climb to beat Damion in a great battle here. No, we're just taking it easy here. We're going pretty fine with around 3.2 watts per kg, but in the race, you will definitely in a category expect something like, around 4 watts per kg for sure if you want to be at the front of the race. So we reach the start of the KOM, of the Petit KOM. Expect something like, you see my 90 days PR at 5 minutes 30. If you want to win the race in A category, you will definitely need to pull out something like that, maybe something around 5 minutes 20 to 5 minutes 30, depending on your pen. But yeah, this will hurt, and I think it's a cool climb because it's not too steep, so that's also good for the heavier climbers or heavier racers. So anyone can win here. Anyone can win who has either the watts per kg or the raw power numbers. So after this left turn, we are reaching a steeper section with around 6.5%. The start was at around 3%, first few hundred meters, and expect some climbs. I mean, some guys will go ballistic early. Try to follow them if you can. Myself, I wouldn't attack at this point because we are still here 1.2 kilometers to go. It will be fast for sure. Like, it will not be slow at this point. So I'd rather stay in the draft, use the draft here because at 3% you can still benefit from the draft and wait for my time, which will be the last few hundred meters. So Damian is using the feather here. I'm using the drafting boost. And you see, I can stay on his wheel, even though he was doing more watts per kg than me. So you see, it also helps here. If the speed is high, you can use the drafting to save a bit of energy in that final climb if you were not lucky to receive the feather. So after this left turn, we are on cobble section again, and this will be the final 350 meters, and this is where it will be interesting. So you see here at the beginning we had 7% gradient, here it's around 4.5%. So I expect a long, hard sprint here, and this will kind of start at this point. So make sure to be at the front, be ready for that final push. Give it your everything. Like, it's just about 30, 40 seconds of poor suffering. Make sure you're ready for that, and then you can enjoy the glory on top. 130 meters to go, so we are almost there. Again, I'm excited for that stage 5 of the Zwift Racing After Party. Let me know what you think about this route. I hope you also like it as much as I do. I will do the race next week on Monday, so and I'm definitely gonna do a race recap. So tune in for that if you want to see how it played out at the end. So here our finish is very close, very hard battle at 3.2 watts per kg. But no, it was fun. It was fun to do that Route Recon with Damian. Thanks for joining me. And all right, that's the recon for stage 5. Done and dusted. Let me know in the comments, when are you planning to attack this stage? If you found this helpful, drop a like, leave your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next recon or race. See you next time, and good luck out there.